Hey folks, fWhip here, and welcome to a brand new adventure within my hardcore Minecraft world. I'm on a mission to transform the main end island, which involves killing the dragon 24 times, going through the process of tearing down all of the obsidian pillars, TNT bombing away the entire island, and then constructing a tree floating in the void, which is looking a little lonely. So now at present day, I want to create an entire nebula of colored glass to make the tree look like it's floating over a galaxy. But this crazy project is going to require well over 100,000 stained glass. To obtain that, I've broken this down into 3 steps. First, I need a factory to mass produce stained glass. Second, I need a way to acquire the hundreds of thousands of glass to then die. Third, I need to actually build the thing floating above the void. Please click that like button if you enjoy my content, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Today we start stage 3 of this project, transforming the end. Over the last 200 days in this hardcore Minecraft world, I've been gearing up for this project, building an automatic stained glass factory, as well as jumping over to the desert to build a grand library in New Papyrus, which is filled with librarians who all trade glass for emeralds. With 48 librarians in here, I'm able to buy well over 100 stacks of glass per in-game day. Every round of trading I do with these villagers turns into all of this glass. And well, it takes about that many emeralds. Sure, this has taken like 40 hours to build the library, but it was a lot more fun than gathering sand the entire time to just smelt into glass. Now on to the build. To make sure I can do something beautiful in the end, I've actually learned how to use Axiom for building, even reaching out to my friend Mogswamp to teach me how to use some more of the crazy commands you can get. And after nearly 20 hours of designing, I've come up with something I am so excited to build. Before we get ahead of ourselves, I do need over 40 shulker boxes of different types of glass. And well, we've got 4 and a bit. Yeah. Nice. With each emerald turning into 4 glass blocks, that means I need 10 shulker boxes of emeralds to purchase the 40 shulkers of glass. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and well, I don't actually like using this farm too much. But a while back, I did make a raid farm for insane projects only. With 1.21 releasing very soon, this thing is going to completely break and no longer work. So I need to collect all of these emeralds before this project becomes like 10 times more grindy. Every 3 stacks of blocks of emeralds here is going to be 4 shulkers of glass once we break them down and trade them all out, which means that is 24 shulkers of glass that we can currently buy. We have 4 already, but that's a little short. We're gonna be about 12 shulkers of glass shy so far, but at least we can get started now. Oh, wait. Hold up here. How many blocks do we have in here? That's another 4, 8, 12. Oh, with all these, we actually have enough. I'm gonna be almost completely broke on emeralds, but that's enough to buy all the glass. I'm out in the end for a bit as I need just a few empty shulker boxes. Slowly over the course of a Minecraft series, I lose shulker boxes. I've already been out here to gather up quite a few stacks of shells throughout this series, and I thought I'd never have to go through a double chest full of empty shulker boxes, but here we are needing a lot back as I have run out, and I can't put this off anymore no matter how much I want to. That all being said, been pretty safe, and we've got just over 2 stacks of shulker shells and some goodies to go along with it. How the heck? Oh, no. Oh, we left one behind. I'll take that. Now, how the heck do I get back home? And finally, after way too long flying around, I've found a gateway, so we can take this all the way back home to the middle of the end, where we'll be back. I wish I could say soon, but I've got a lot of stuff to craft. Home sweet home. With many boxes and many more emeralds in hand, we can finally return to New Papyrus. I guess I just need to lay down all 40 of these boxes so we know what we need to fill up. As a little treat, right here in the middle are the filled up ones. That's a lot of boxes. That's a lot of boxes. With that, it is time to flip our speed beacon on. Yes, there we go. Now we can fly on through and get all of the glass we need. Just gonna be a few hours of this. Lots of hours of this. 226 right now. What level are we gonna get up to? Now is the part where the grind is really setting in, and it's difficult to make content out of this. So instead, here's a montage of me running around the library and trading with all of the villagers to slowly amass these 40 shulker boxes of glass that I then have to go back through and dye all of them in the different colors. This is really the good and bad of Axiom. It's so easy to scale up builds and make them bigger and grander and all that stuff without realizing how many materials go into it. Making some good progress here, and a small update as those 5 shulkers are filled, and that is 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24 shulker boxes full of glass. Yeah, we made a lot of progress here. We have locked out for the day though, and off that's probably like 2 minutes of time to chill. There's a slight problem that has unfortunately slowed me down. The first day that I came out here, I was able to get 3 rounds of trading done if I started early in the morning, and you can use this trick to change up the Minecraft villager AI to allow them to unlock their trade in extra time. Only on the first day, they're basically using yesterday's trade lockout. Unfortunately, this doesn't work for the following trading days as we've already used it, meaning I can actually only get about 80 stacks of glass per day instead of 100. So that's adding another few days I need in the mix. And here go my last emeralds from the entire shulker of blocks that we had filled up. This thing is fully empty minus the shells. Thankfully, we do have these, which will power us through the rest of it. But oh, we can fill those into the shulker box here. This one is full, and that brings us to just over a chest of shulkers of glass. I've also, to pass the time, just slowly every single day been going over and getting a new fish to throw here in the pool. So it's just going to symbolize how many days I've spent trading with the librarians for every single fish that will be in the pool. For those of you who have seen this video, you will know. Whenever we revisit this, we'll see how many fish are there. Yet another fish to add into the pool here. But thankfully, we are down to just over 4 shulker boxes remaining, and I've got enough emeralds to see it all the way through. And the sun is setting, which means it's almost time for another round of trading. Oh boy, this is so fun. So fun. Yeah. Uh-huh. These right here should be the final glass trades that I'm gonna need just to max out that stack. And that should another half stack. And this right here should fill off the last box we need. And that right there is 40 shulker boxes full of glass blocks. That's so many blocks right there. And we still have some emeralds to spare, thankfully. I do, however, still owe 1 more fish, so I've got to make another trip out here. Who's gonna come home with us today? Another clownfish? Sure, why not? Here you go, buddy. You can hang out with everybody else. Now I just need to figure out how I can transport all of these shulker boxes full of stuff back home with me. That one's gonna be a box of stuff, and if I can at least get half, we'll just set up in front of the factory. Yeah, oh, easy. Very happy to be flying away from that structure. I have spent the last few hours in there trading glass. And here go the last of our 40 shulker boxes of glass brought over here, sitting out in front of the glass factory, where I have found a teeny tiny super not a big problem issue. I found an issue with this whole thing. So we load the dyes into there. Ooh, that should not be on. Then it all comes down through. What? Why do I just have almost 4 shulkers of glass sitting here? We'll deal with that in a moment. That's just bonus extra glass. We're talking about that as extra glass right now. Not that I did a lot of extra work. It's just bonus glass. But coming over here into the color storage room, we have our glass storage here down at the floor. And you might see the issue right here of I have an entire barrel of right, we did the test last when we finished the factory. Woo, that's good. But the problem that we do have is that this right here is only 2 barrels or 2 shulkers worth of storage for the entirety of that glass. And then it just goes into overflow, which currently just backs up to somewhere right back over in there. So if I were to just set up the auto crafter and leave it running, all of that glass is just gonna despawn because it's gonna fill the 2 barrels. So I don't know how useful this factory is actually gonna be, because in the time it would take me to build a new system, I could probably dye it all by hand. I mean, it does look cool. So there's that. Taking a look at the material list I have, I need maybe that and maybe that for now for all of the different colors, and then we'll get to the rest of that mess here in a moment. Inside dye storage, what do we got in here? Let's do 8 stacks of that. Where's my cyan? That should probably do. Orange glass, I actually already have a full shulker sitting down here, so we'll just keep that and save regular glass, which actually I don't have a storage for. So we can make our yellow glass, we can make cyan and lime. Take some green, of course a little pink for the glass storm, and a little magenta. Right, so these 2 black shulker boxes here are gonna do for the different colors that I need, and this right here, well, all of that is gonna be light blue stained glass. Yeah, I need a lot. Now, since we've already got a ton of light blue dye earlier, I decided to turn the auto crafter back on and let it work in the background. Even though I can do it manually faster, over time it'll help me accomplish more, which will save a small amount of time. Except it is doing this. I ran it the entire time for a big old test for like an hour and nothing got stuck. And constantly we're getting blocks stuck here. What's going on? I've got an idea that might work to patch the hole. If I were to get rid of you, no, not the barrel, just that, and then we do this and we put our barrel back in there, that creates a wall that should make it fall a little closer. And yes, now it's going down. Okay, that should hopefully fix it. Now for my next problem, I'm out of dye. We are 6 shulkers down already though, which is very good. We just need a lot more shulkers of glass. Thankfully, we can head out to the swamp and get a ton of our light blue flowers. Just a quick flight all the way away from my city. To where I'm really wishing this has an auto collection, but no, I'm gonna have to sit here and watch it all go, but I'm not dealing with that. Not today. Peace and quiet out here in the swamp. We can fill that up with a bunch more bone meal, and that can get to work for us. And then probably 2 stacks. We're gonna need a lot of stuff. Then for all of the seeds that we are gonna get out of here, I might as well make them work a little bit better for me, as I don't need that many seeds. And that's, nope, thank you. Fully fill that up, and we should start getting a little extra bone meal so that a lot of these things will start to actually help us out here. Pausing the machine for just a moment here, as we've got a full shulker and nearly a second filled up with our dyes, and the bone mealing is going very slowly, but it's getting there. I'm a little worried that we are somehow running out here in the middle, so I just wanted to check on it. Yeah, okay. I was like, this is going at half speed. Something's wrong here. We're fixing this now. It looks like it uses bone meal faster than hopper speed. Good news is that means the farm is really fast, but bad news as means yeah, it just, okay, it was just very, very backlogged. Now we should get super speed farm. Yes, that's more like it. There we go, 4 shulker boxes full of dye here and some change in my inventory already, but we'll bring all this back with us, collect our bone meal. We'll leave this system here because it needs a lot of time to run through all that. And something tells me I'm gonna be back. And now we can all watch the magic as, these shulker boxes move over there. Wow, so fancy. Just like that. Yes, these are all full of our light blue stained glass now. And this thing, unfortunately, is still having problems. It looks like it's fixed right now, but I keep catching, instead of it being on this side where it's stalling, now some are getting caught over here. So if you have any ideas on a fix for that, please let me know. I mean, I could just connect it as a tube all the way down to the ground with like light gray glass or something, but that's not fun. Thankfully, though, a good amount has ended up over here, so we can fill up 2 more shulker boxes. And now I need to count how much I actually have to see if I still need more. I don't think I can even fit all these in my inventory, but we're gonna find out. I cannot. I cannot. All right, so this is about 45,000 that I had in my inventory, and we are still about 21,000 shy, where I don't think this is quite 21,000. Nope, it is 17,000, so we need another 3 boxes of light blue stained glass. And I've got 4 here. Oh boy, and I still have dye. Last round of this, and then I can finally get into placing blocks today. Oh boy, no more just constant crafting. Oh my gosh, what was that? Who's breaking my door? That's so noisy. Ah, you just broke a copper door. I didn't know they could break copper doors. Also, Mojang, why does that have the sound of breaking a wooden door when you're breaking a copper one? I'm just saying, something's off in the Matrix. I'm a little worried how that dude got in there because that means he spawned inside, but we do have 3 more shulkers of our light blue stained glass, so that should be enough. That should be enough with all of this. Do you think this is enough? Enough blocks of glass? Maybe I should get another shulker. Yeah, you're right. I should, just to be safe, we should get another shulker. You know, some will fall into the void probably, and we'll need some extras. And there. Before I go to the end dimension to never see sunlight again, I gotta plant a field. This episode has been something that I've been wanting to do for so long. Since I first transformed the end island into the giant tree floating in the void, it always felt a little unfinished. And it's finally time to get right back into the project and finish it off. But of course, I need to plant a field here in the world as we do with every single episode. If you're still enjoying the hardcore series, leave a comment down below with your favorite build we've done so far, and maybe click that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. This little flower patch is looking fantastic down here next to the Sweet Berry Vineyard, but it's time to get back to work. Inventory has been cleared out, and I'm gonna start here by grabbing up all of the light blue glass shulker boxes that I can take with me. You can come back for the rest later. Quickest way to the stronghold is down through the nether, so we can head on down here. In a quick trip away from the nether hub, we have the portal right down here. This very grand entrance into the end that we're just gonna ignore for now. For now, I'd like to lay out all of our shulker boxes just here in the middle of the tree. As I know, Endermen can actually spawn on top of them, but I think it's bright enough in here. You know what? I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to go get the rest too. Here is everything for stage 1 of this upgrade. And to start off the glass storm, I want to create a massive ripple starting under the tree. To reach the ripple, we need to come all the way over here, place a water bucket in, and use some dirt to just pillar downwards. And now I want to work up to the ripple's nipple to build a safe place to build off of. Here we go. This should be plenty enough space to land on if I ever need to come back down here. I've just got to really make sure I always have plenty of rockets on me. Bringing the ripple back here with Lightmatica again, I want to start by extending ourselves out this way to create a full line going all the way out so that it's something that I can build off and do loops on later. And then we can more easily see the scale of it all coming in here together. But I've been thinking this Lightmatica schematic I made is pretty cool and all, but I think we can actually modify it because I was looking at it, and when I made it, I didn't realize that this was level with the next point, and I want the ripple to slowly get smaller and smaller as it goes and just bring this maybe 1 or 2 blocks wide. And goodbye glass in the middle of this guy, and then we can just keep that loop going around here so it makes this one taller. The middle's a little shy, but maybe, I mean, we're gonna have a bunch of stuff floating over the top of it, so it's probably okay. Now, the other problem here is I have to keep coming down, placing a dirt in, and then a glass, and then we have to just keep rinsing and repeating that all the way across, and I hate it. And that was not supposed to be glass. I gotta make sure I remove the dirt, otherwise I'll really regret that later. To help my brain from turning into mush, the schematic here was done with math, and now I can just copy my own homework to add it in. I definitely need to remember the important parts of removing the dirt though, otherwise this is going to get extremely spooky down here if Enderman can spawn on it. It's really cool to see the scale of how far this is going to reach out though now. Oh, I'm so excited for it. I definitely need to keep an eye on that elytra durability. That's already down a good amount. I decided with the tens of thousands of glass blocks to place down and my life at risk right above the void, what better thing to do than to turn on my stream and get to work. With 3 hours of dedicated time, I want to see just how much of this ripple effect I could complete. If you would like to see me live, I'm multi-streaming currently on both YouTube and Twitch, so turn on notifications on whichever you like more by clicking the bell and you can see when I go live. I was originally doing this the very slow way by crouching and going backwards to place the glass, as I don't typically like using like Lightmatica easy place mode, but chat said I was just wasting a ton of time, and for something this large scale, I should definitely just turn it on, which allowed me to place in the blocks a lot more quickly from our schematic. I had originally scheduled the entire day IRL to build this ripple, but somehow going with the easy place mode, I managed to complete it all within 3.5 hours, which is amazing to have this completed, and it's looking so good. Spawning into the end, you walk up and now see this, which is so cool for the first phase to be done. And every single one of these shulker boxes right here is completely emptied. For now, we're just gonna set up a chest over here and fill it with all of the empties, because that was a lot of light blue glass. Next, let's change things up. Grab a little bit of our dirt here and grab the yellow glass. And then right here underneath the entry platform, I wanted to just kind of have a little fun with it, I guess you could say, of creating a few rings that are gradually just gonna get a little bit larger. So we got 3 of the single, 2 of these really tiny ones, and then right here, maybe we just make it a little bit larger. I think the 2 layers of each is gonna do the trick for now, and I wanna try and just gradually expand them so they stay within the same line of the previous one, and we'll just expand until we get up there. Okay, but I do actually want it to line up here with our frog lights so it fills the entire point. So I think I've got to increase this a little bit more. Right, a little weird here, but now this outline should be pretty perfect. So we can skip that layer again and send this guy around, and that'll do it. Now let's get rid of this dirt and hopefully it looks cool. Okay, from down here, that's not bad. Kind of wanted to look a little spaceshipy, and yeah. Wait, that actually turned out really cool. You get the light casting down from here, and then it just gets darker as it goes. Oh, that's really fun. With that done, I think there's a bit more we can still add to the end. On Minecraft SOS, I created a massive obelisk for spawn using the Minecraft enchanting language. I'd like to revisit that idea here with some floating stones in the end. But this time, I want to try spelling out my name, as hopefully it'll look pretty cool. So let's grab a few shulkers here to get some blocks. Definitely, maybe that'll do. For this, I want to go with some darker blocks, as we are in the end, so anything too bright will stand out a lot, and I want these to be more of a background detail. So we need some tough mossy cobblestone, a little andesite, and regular cobble, basalt for dark shadows, and some copper blocks for detailing. On top of that, I do also want to grab both deep slate and cobble deep slate, so I jumped down into the mine to pick up a load of that, as my storage is unfortunately pretty empty on both of these per the norm. I did find 8 more diamondos for the stash here though, and there's one last item I need to pull off this effect, and that's end rods, but that's definitely not enough. Do we have any pop chorus fruit? We have chorus fruit. Do we have any? Ooh, there's some popped in here, and how many is that? 34. Let's make a few more of these. That right there should be 58. Yeah, that's nearly a stack. I think that's a good starting point at least. Quick nap back in the overworld, and oh, wait. Before we go to the end, I need some pillaring blocks. Let's just grab ourselves some extra moss here, as that should be able to do it. Currently walking into the end, we see this, and I absolutely love what we have so far. And I was thinking we could add something behind the tree, as I have this little balcony built in here, and currently, well, you just look at the ring of gateways and nothingness. Using these back 5 gateways here, we can use them as a little bit of guidelines to position our rocks behind those. I'm creating some larger hollow rocks to save on materials here, being sure to light them up on the inside to prevent endermen from making a clubhouse in there. Yeah, lighting's gonna be very, can I just nudge you off? Yeah, it's gonna be really important here. And to not look at anyone. I've added in 2 more little rocks right underneath to give it a little bit more substance, and that there is supposed to be an F in the enchanting language. One thing I want to grab though is we can grab a bit of bone meal here, as I've already put a little bit of glow lichen on the top, but I think we can make it a little bit more fuzzy. This thing's super geometric, but I think with a little bit, oh, it's gonna spread. No, I forgot about that. Okay, let's just be really careful for now, and I'll be sure to do this and then put the top layers of the rocks on. But anyways, fuzziness. I think fuzzy rocks at the top will make it feel a lot more natural and unique compared to the super geometrical vibes that we're getting right now, because I've made sure everything on these rocks is a 2x2 at minimum. I think it gives it a really cool feel here. Yep. I like that one a lot. Okay, quick side trip out to the desert here where I have this little platform of grass. Being in a mesa biome, the only thing that you can bone meal is tall grass itself, meaning that we could just get a lot here real fast. This way I don't mess up the texturing. I think this is going to be the least painful way to get this done. Shears are almost dead, and that's almost 4 stacks, so that should get through a good amount of these rocks. I got back to work in the end, building up the different rocks with 1 rune engraved into each of them, using the copper to highlight behind the end rods to help make it pop a little bit more, and glow lichen for subtle lighting to stop those sneaky endermen from spawning in. Now just to tear down the moss scaffolding so we can get rid of all the endermen. Oh, I looked at him. Oh no, I think we're okay. I think I'm just gonna keep on moving on. Totally fine. All right, how did you survive that fall? Let's go for another one. Goodbye. Absolutely no endermen were harmed in the making of these rocks. Now we can finally take a look back at them, and that is looking much better. That looks really, really good in my opinion. It's a little faint with the end rods, but I almost kind of like the effect of it. One more step, we can still make them a little fluffier, including the smaller rocks as well. I think are gonna look really good, adding just a little bit of our grass on top. There we have it, the fWhip runestones floating in the void, looking lovely. And I am feeling much safer in here with our galaxy of glass down below to catch any falls that might happen, and those runestones floating behind, kind of just popping out from behind the tree. Very, very cool. I definitely want to expand the idea further with more going back in that direction and probably in surrounding us completely, but I'm very happy with this for today. Thank you so very much for watching this journey come together. Click the thumbs up to leave a like on this episode. I really appreciate your support. And with 1.21 arriving, let me know what you want me to do next. But with that, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.